and they got exactly what they wanted. If you're going to empty the backfield and put 3 receivers on each side, you're going to force the defense to go cover down, and it opens up the middle of the field.
Lions continue, no huddle. 41 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Want to eat up as much time as possible, too, before they kick the field goal. All sorts of confusion down there. Montreal calls a timeout.
Timeout, Montreal.
This drive started on their own 19-yard line. 10th play of the drive coming up. They're in Paul McCallum field goal range. They trail by 1. 36 seconds left on the clock. A game the Lions trailed 17-3 after the first quarter.
They were able to hang around, and Montreal just wasn't able to put the dagger in. But how about that return from Ian Smart? It electrified this crowd.
They were down 24-6, Julio, in the third quarter. Still trail. First down BC from the 35 of the Alouettes.
Well, if you're Jarius Jackson coming to hug, you're going to remind Joe Smith. Now 2 hands on the football.
Lions come out, double tight end. They're short a man on the field. They're going to run it with 11 guys. Joe Smith on the handoff, straight ahead, doesn't get anything. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage, and a flag comes
penalty.
down.
They don't got another guy on the end of the line of scrimmage.
You're right. Illegal formation will be the call.
Brent Johnson wasn't in the game.
Well, Rolly Lumbala had to move up and line up at the end.
But he didn't.
I know, but he had to cover up the ineligible receiver.
But you got a rookie, and he's
Illegal formation, no end, BC. 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
See, that's a move that a veteran would probably have done. Recognize there's no end, step down to become that end, and then you can run the play. It's going away from you.
I know.
So just get down on the line of scrimmage.
Instead, they lose 5 yards, which would make it a 48-yard field goal at this point. First and 15.
And here's the other thing. The way this league has been going, you don't want to leave too much time for Anthony Calvillo.
Well, there's 37 seconds left on the clock. First and 15. Joe Smith splits off wide left. They go empty backfield. From the 40 of the Alouettes. And they take too much time. Unbelievable. Back-to-back penalties. Illegal formation and time count violation.
Is that a loss of downs late in the game?
Wait for the call from Murray Clark.
Time count violation. BC number 7. Loss of down. Second down.
That's a huge mistake.
The saving grace, it's not a loss of yards. So second and 15 now for the Lions. Joe Smith lone back. Jackson will throw. Gets it away to Smith out of the backfield to the 30. Puts his head down to the 28-yard line. Not enough for the first down. 12-yard pickup. But it makes it a much easier field goal for Paul McCallum.
And Montreal, now all of a sudden, Montreal is going to send their kickback team in. Damon Duvall going out there, Ben Cahoon going out there, Brian Bratton, the receiver. This is a play that everybody practices because you do not want to give up the single point. So McCallum, who comes out, lines the ball up at about the 36-yard line.
He's 4 for 4 tonight, 39, 30, 27, and 16. Alouettes 34, Lions 33. 25 seconds and counting left on the clock. Buck Pierce the holder. 36 yards for the lead. They better hurry. They get the snap away. McCallum puts it up. It's long enough, and it is good. Paul McCallum gives the Lions a 36-34 lead with 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 11 plays, 63 yards. McCallum with a 36-yard field goal.
He's money.
5 for 5.
He's money. He loves those situations, and all great kickers do. Game on the line. He goes out there and hammers it right down the middle. 8 seconds remaining.
(36-34), Lions lead for just the second time tonight.
He knew it right away.
8 seconds left. Lions put 4 guys 50 yards back as the Alouettes from their own 35. Calvillo under pressure, sacked by Brent Johnson. First sack of the game for the Lions. And as always, that BC sack brought to you by Purelator, official courier of the CFL.
How about that effort? 7 guys in the box to block. They rush only 3, and Brent Johnson able to get the sack. Barron Miles is lined up on his own 15-yard line.
Final play of the game, barring penalty. Adrian McPherson in to throw. He's got the better arm. Going to scramble around back there. Johnson in pursuit. So is Aaron Hunt. So is Cam Wake, who finally grabs him, and Johnson able to finish it off. Now they hand the ball off to one of the Hoggies before they go down. So rumbling down the field is Jeff Parrott, and he gets dropped out near the 40.
And he pitched it to, I don't know who got that, but he was there for the pitch. Was it Aaron Hunt? Aaron Hunt. He gets a turnover
at the end of the game.
What a game.
Great finish.
You gotta love this league, baby.
Another game for the time capsule. What a year.
Yes.
Lions have won 3 in a row. Paul McCallum boots a 36-yard field goal with 8 seconds left. And BC comes from behind to beat the Alouettes 36-34. And the Alouettes have now lost 8 straight at BC Place Stadium.
You can hear the frustration in Anthony Calvillo's voice yesterday about this, and his frustration is going to continue.
All right, let's go back down to field level. The man of the hour, 5 for 5, including the game winner with 8 seconds left, Paul McCallum. Paul,
how you doing?
Congrats, my friend.
I appreciate it.
You love it, don't you, Paul?
Yeah, I kind of like doing that.
Yeah, you kind of like it a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking when you line up for that one?
Keep my head down because I haven't been doing it all week. So, just back to the basics.
You guys don't like getting off to good starts, do you? You want to make it interesting in the fourth quarter.
We want to keep the fans on their toes. No, not really. I mean, we got to come out and play a little bit better to start things off. It's it's not making it easy on ourselves, but we got the team to come back and do what we did. So hats off to the guys.
Hey, Paul, congrats on the win. Good luck next week.
All right, thanks, Larry.
They don't make it easy on themselves, do they?
No, they don't. But if you're Wally Buono, you've got to be thrilled at the fact that your team refuses to give up. A lot of times when you get off to a slow start like that, and the way the Alouettes were able to come out of the gate, it can really demoralize your team. And Jarius had struggled a little bit early on, and the character and the ability for this team never to say die is impressive. And to be able to perform the way this team performs when it matters the most, that's huge, and that's going to pay huge dividends down the road when you get to crunch time, because you got a team that knows what it's like to be behind and knows what it's like to fight back and win. And you can't duplicate that feeling. You can't all of a sudden try to generate it if you don't know where it comes from. And when you get into these situations when you really need to dig down deep and find it, you're able to come back to these situations and know that you can do it.
What made that final drive even more impressive, Julio, was they did without G-Roy Simon, who was cramping up, couldn't be on the field. Brett Anderson in there, he made a catch, fumbled the ball, but the Lions got it back.
Do you really ever doubt him? He's just Mr. Reliable.
And down the field they go, Paul. A couple of penalties, illegal formation because somebody wasn't on the field who was supposed to be, and then a time count violation, pushing McCallum to the outer range of his field goal range. What happens? They dump the ball off on 2nd and long to Joe Smith. Big 12-yard pickup, 36 yards, well within range. No-brainer. McCallum puts it through the uprights, and the Lions have won 3 in a row. Alouettes have now lost 3 in a row, and every one has gone down to the wire. And the way they lost last week in Saskatchewan, and tonight, a game they controlled for the majority of the time, how frustrating is that?
Oh, it's got to be very, very frustrating for Mark Trestman and the rest of the Montreal Alouettes. As you're right, they've had games in control and have had them slip away, and that's got to be concerning. But I mean, what can you say about the BC Lions? Really, it's been fun to watch. It really has. And the other thing I was going to say, Rick, about losing Geroy Simon, and a lot of times a team can get discouraged by that. But how about the ability of a lot of other players to step in and step up when you need them the most?
All right, let's hook up with Wally Blano, who joins us from the locker room, as always, brought to you by All West Electric. Wally, we were saying before we started talking to you, you guys don't want to make it easy on yourself. I mean, why start well when you can finish well and put on a show for the fans?
Well,
your thoughts on the game tonight?
Yeah, no, it was a tremendous game. It was if you were a fan, you have to obviously be, entertained as a coach. At times it was very frustrating. At times, you can see the talent of this football club, but. Professional football is about winning. The guys I thought played a lot better in the second half. We did blow the coverage on that one long pass. Other than that, I thought we were much better in the second half.
Wally, I want to ask you quickly, because Avon Coburn in the running game of the Alouettes seemed to really catch you guys in the first quarter. They ran the ball down your throat. You must have done something to change. What happened there?
Well, we were playing their tendencies, which, in the first 4 games showed a lot of pass, and they mixed it up on us, and we didn't tackle well. A couple times we had him stopped, and, he bounced outside on us. But, that's part of the chess match of the games. You got to adjust to what they're doing. They got to adjust to what you're doing.
Hey, Coach, a couple of things. You gambled twice on third and not an inch or two, but more like an inch or a yard and a half, 2 yards. Was that a message to your team that, hey, you're willing to take some chances to try to turn the momentum in your favor?
Well, again, Joe, you got to play smart, but you also got to play to win. And I felt, with our giant package, and we could get the first down. I had a lot of confidence in them in that. And my job is to make good decisions, but it's also to give the team confidence. And you give the O-line and Joe confidence, they're going to pay dividends for you, which they did.
Hey, Coach, one of the big turning points in this game was that challenge that you had on the Reggie Miles fumble recovery. Now, was that something that you saw from the sidelines, or was it something that you got from up in the coach's box?
Jacques Chapdelaine talked to Steph, and that's why they're up there. Their job is to tell me, what to do. Sometimes you can see it on the sidelines. We definitely didn't see that at all, and we weren't going to challenge it. And then Jacques saw the replay. He said that he felt that his butt had touched before the ball came out. And again, that's good coaching, staying on top of things and, making the call.
Wally, lots to talk about. We don't want to keep you too long. Real quick, the Ian Smart kickoff return. That's why you got him in the game. He's a game changer, isn't he, when he wants to be?
Well, that's true. And, that's something that we were harping all week about. Our special teams have been good to average. Not that they've been bad, but we haven't had any big plays. And, Ian's come really close a couple times, and I felt the guys up front maybe just haven't finished. But, tonight, a block kick, a big return for a touchdown, obviously those are good signs.
And Paul McCallum, 5 for 5 and clutch on the game winner.
Well, Paul's a veteran, and, in fairness to him, we're not going to put him in a tough position. And, he is the kind of guy that when the game's on the line, he's going to handle it well, which I thought he did. He put the ball right between the uprights. I thought he punted well, did the things that you want him to do. And, the kicking game, we talked all week long about making a difference, and I thought tonight it really did.
Thanks, Wally. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
Wally Blano, brought to you by All West Electric as the Lions improved to 3-2. Some final numbers for you here. Jarius Jackson, after a slow start, 22 for 41, 319 yards, 2 picks, just 1 touchdown tonight. Calvillo, 20 for 36, 276 yards, 2 picks, and 3 touchdown passes. Top receiver for the Lions, Paris Jackson, 5 catches, 24 yards, and a TD. Yes, Geroy Simon did break Jim Young's all-time Lions yardage receiving record. Finished with 5 catches, 82 yards. And rushing after a slow start, Joe Smith, 18 carries, 97 yards, some big runs in crunch time. Longest run of the game, 18 yards. Avon Coburn in the first quarter
had 106 yards, didn't he?
But only finished up with 127. Yeah. So the last 3 quarters, Lions really cracked down on the Montreal running game.
Didn't you find, though, too, and Anthony Calvillo used that short passing game like a running game, especially when he came out for the second half, but they kind of went away from that. They had such great success early on, and you have to wonder why they would.
Well, the Lions adjusted. You heard Wally say they were expecting the pass, and that's why they're having so much success.
I can understand the adjustment, but you also have the counter. You can also make adjustments as well, and it seemed like they didn't. The Lions were able to make some adjustments. They shut them down. Then they say, okay, we're not going to do it anymore. Well, Montreal had made adjustments to stop Joe Smith, and the Lions kept on running and were able to have more success. So you sometimes got to stick with something if you want it to be successful, and that running game is a big part of the game up here. If it can be successful, it takes a lot of pressure off your quarterback. So